So I think there's always going to be that's just always, I wouldn't try to change that about yourself, because I think being a people pleaser, you're more mindful of other people, you're more sensitive to how they may be thinking or feeling, and so I would look at that not as a hinderment, there could be its pros and cons to it, but I would also say focus on the pros of that, because there are definitely strengths and attributes that you can add to a group, to your friendships, to your family, in your work environment, or just in your daily interactions with people or online. That people pleaser element to you can be beneficial. Now, to not get caught up into that, I would say it's still a journey I'm on too. But to be honest, I feel like for me, prayer has been huge, especially when I'm on this stage. Just like, you're always like connecting, and everybody's like, are they happy? Did they like that? Did they have a good time? And so when I'm done with anything I do, or even when I begin something, I like to begin it and a lot of times end with just praying, just so I can say, okay, enough focusing on what everyone else is thinking. I'm just going to recenter on myself and get connected to my Father in heaven and just say, hey, thank you, this was amazing. I felt an amazing energy, or that was a great learning experience. I just wanted to remind myself who I am and whose opinion matters most. I think it's His opinion that matters most. And so sometimes I'll just kind of, as I'm praying, just let all the other energies that I soaked in of other people just flow out, so that I can find myself again and say, oh, there's me, this is who I really am, and regardless of what anyone else thinks, I know who I am. And you just have to keep reminding yourself. So prayer, meditation, are important things. I think songs are really helpful. I'll give you good songs that just say, you know what, who cares what people think, right? You just have to train yourself to, you're never going to be able to take that away from you, but just train yourself to say, listen to songs. I don't know, Sarah Bareilles' album, The Blessed Unrest, it was a good one for me. You can listen to Katy Perry's Roar. What else? What else are good songs? Well, I did write Invincible. I did write about that, and Numb. What else? Other things inside. Yeah. Upset with Me. Just like all these songs, just about saying, you know what? I know I care what you think, but I'm gonna have to just be. I'm gonna take courage and care about myself first. Anyway. So. Yeah.
No, that helps, yeah.
I hope that makes sense. I think I was doing good deals there. And good luck, by the way. Best of luck with you.
Thank you, you too.
Along the way, have you found any challenges being a person of faith, specifically in the music business? And has it been hard to mesh the two, or not for you?
At first it was just because I thought, in the entertainment industry, people don't like to hear the word religious. Oh, you're religious. That means you're judgmental and that you're closed-minded and you put barriers around our creativity, which I think a lot of culture in religions has been like that, which has put negative effects on people, especially creative people in the entertainment industry. So I'd be like, oh, well, I don't want to be uncool, or I don't want to seem like I'm a jerk and hateful and things, like a lot of the stigmas on people who are really faithful to their beliefs in religion. So I just keep quiet. But then people would notice that I just live my life a little differently, a little more conservative or whatever, and they'd actually bring it up. And so then I would just talk about it if they brought it up. They're like, I noticed that you don't really go out and party, or you don't do this, or what? You don't bring girls with you, or if you go, why not? And I was like, well, I didn't know that was a normal thing, but yeah, I just don't. This is how I was brought up. And they'd be like, well, that's weird, but that's cool. And when I think really when I went on my mission is when I realized, oh wow, I can totally live my life. Because as a missionary, you're always getting yelled at and rejected and saying, you're brainwashed, you think I don't know, it's all kinds of stuff. You don't believe in the real God, or you believe in a different Jesus Christ, and all these things that people would tell us. So I kind of had to get comfortable, not, because I couldn't hide who I was. Like, I had a name tag. Everyone knew who I was, even if I didn't say something. I mean, they didn't know who I was, like David Archuleta. They just knew I was a missionary. And I had to get comfortable being rejected and being judged and being misunderstood about what my beliefs were, and being just... So then I just suddenly was like, oh, well, I got comfortable not caring, being okay if people didn't like who I was, pretty much. I just had, that was great. I got used to people not like, because as a people pleaser, I was like, I can't do anything that isn't politically correct, because then I will offend somebody. But on my mission, I didn't have to say anything, and I was already offending people. So coming back from that, I was like, you know what? That was really refreshing. I was afraid of this before, but it's so liberating to me to just be open about what really matters most to me. And so coming back, I was like, well, I don't know how this is going to go, but I'm just going to do it. Every single songwriting session I had, I would ask them, are you spiritual in any way? And then the writers were totally, because writers like to open up and express themselves and talk. And so they'd be like, I grew up Jewish, or I'm actually agnostic, or I practice Buddhism, even though it's not a religion. Or I grew up Christian, or I grew up Catholic, or I grew up a Latter-day Saint, like just all different religions. And then I'd say, and we just talk, and I'd say, well, if you don't mind, I'd like to start this writing session with a prayer, because I just got back from a mission, and I want to keep him involved in everything I do. And everyone was always super respectful of it. And then I was like, oh, wow. Like, I was always afraid of offending someone before, and now I'm like really pushing it here, and they're all cool with it, and it's actually super helpful. And one time, one of the guys, anyway, never mind, I don't want to get, but he was just like, oh my gosh. He's like, in my 20 plus years of being in this business, I've never had someone ask me to say a prayer before I do a writing session. He's like, I have goosebumps. He's like, that was special. And he's like, I just want you to know, you never have to ask me if you want to do that. He was really cool about it. And just a couple of other times, another time the guy was like, this was a really special rite. He's like, I think it had something to do with that prayer at the beginning. And I just realized, wow, like, it's not just for myself, like, my choices, even if I feel like I'm weirding people out at first, like, it's still having a positive impact. And that encouraged me to be almost, just more honest with my music as well. So it's only been a plus. And it was hard at first, but it got easier when I stopped caring so much what other people were thinking. I'm giving really long-winded answers today.
We'll have one or two more. We'll go in the corner and then one more.
Hey.
I've seen a snippet of one of your new songs, I think. I think it's called Paralyzed. Is that the correct name for a song that one of your new ones that you've been performing the last couple nights?
Well, you will see, I guess.
Oh. Well, I had a question. If
But
that
you're
song
on the right.
If that song exists, would it be one you might have written with Isabel Miller? Or can you share that? Because she tweeted about it or put something on her Instagram.
Yeah, I did write that with Isabel. I've written a lot with Isabel. Yeah. And Nate Dodge. Mm-hmm.
I guess we'll have to wait and see if that song really exists. And we're going to hear it tonight.
Yeah.
Hey.
When you're not on tour, do you ever play at local restaurants in Nashville at all?
I don't.
Oh, you don't?
Mm-mm. Yeah. I don't know. I don't really like performing in public. I don't. If it's just like, oh, I have some free time. I don't really think I'm going to go sing for people. I don't know. For work, I have time to get in the zone and prepare myself and work at it. it really is work. So it takes me like a month and a half to get ready for performing for shows. So that's why it's not really something I do. Just like, I'm gonna go sing out for people. I don't know. It's weird, I know, because of what I do. But I'm really not in love with attention. So unless it's like here and I prepare for it. But
Another question from anyone that hasn't asked it?
someone over here didn't have it. Didn't you have a question? No? Oh, okay.
Okay, so we'll do photos then.